Bank Promotion Exam Guide. Presenting a mock test on Banking Regulation Act 1949 Part 1, covering 100 multiple choice questions. Question 1. What is the extent of the Banking Regulation Act 1949? Option A. Only applies to state banks. Option B. Only applies to cooperative banks. Option C. Applies all over India. Option D. Applies only in union territories. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Applies all over India. The Act extends to the whole of India, covering all scheduled and non-scheduled banks. Question 2. When did the Banking Regulation Act 1949 come into force? Option A. 1st January 1950. Option B. 1st April 1949. Option C. 16th March 1949. Option D. 15th August 1947. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 16th March 1949. Section 1(3) provides the commencement date of the Act. Question 3. According to Section 2, if there is a conflict between the Banking Regulation Act and another existing law, which law prevails? Option A. The Banking Regulation Act always prevails. Option B. The other existing law always prevails. Option C. The law expressly provided to prevail in the Banking Regulation Act will prevail. Option D. It depends on the discretion of the Reserve Bank of India. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The law expressly provided to prevail in the Banking Regulation Act will prevail. This section states that other laws apply unless expressly derogated by this Act. Question 4. Section 2 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 states that the provisions of this Act are in addition to the provisions of which Act? Option A. The Indian Contract Act 1872. Option B. The Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Option C. The Companies Act 2013. Option D. The Indian Penal Code. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The Companies Act 2013. This section states that this Act is in addition to the Companies Act 2013 and other laws. Question 5. Section 3 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 clarifies the Act's applicability to Option A. All financial institutions. Option B. All cooperative societies. Option C. Certain cooperative societies. Option D. All companies registered under the Companies Act. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Certain cooperative societies. Section 3 specifies which cooperative societies are exempted and which may be subject to the Act. Question 6. According to Section 3 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, which of the following is specifically exempted from the Act's provisions? Option A. Urban cooperative banks. Option B. Primary agricultural credit societies. Option C. State cooperative banks. Option D. District Central Cooperative Banks. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Primary Agricultural Credit Societies. Section 3 explicitly exempts these societies. Question 7. According to Section 4 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who has the power to suspend the operation of the Act? Option A. The Reserve Bank of India. Option B. The State Government. Option C. The Central Government. Option D. The Supreme Court of India. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The Central Government. Section 4 explicitly grants this power to the central government. Question 8. Under what circumstances can the central government suspend the operation of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. Whenever the RBI requests it. Option B. Only during a national emergency. Option C. When it is satisfied that it is in the public interest to do so. Option D. When requested by a majority of banking companies. Think the answer. Correct answer C. When it is satisfied that it is in the public interest to do so. Section 4 specifies that the suspension must be in the public interest. Question 9. According to Section 5(b) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, banking is defined as Option A. Providing insurance services. Option B. Accepting deposits for lending or investment. Option C. Trading in securities. Option D. Managing mutual funds. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Accepting deposits for lending or investment. This is the core definition of banking under the Act. Question 10. Under Section 5(c) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, a banking company is defined as Option A. Any financial institution. Option B. Any company that transacts the business of banking in India. Option C. Any company registered under the Companies Act. Option D. Any company that provides financial advice. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Any company that transacts the business of banking in India. This definition focuses on the core banking business. Question 11. According to Section 5(d) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what does a branch include? Option A. Only the head office of a bank. Option B. Any place of business where deposits are received, checks cashed, or monies lent. Option C. Only ATM locations. Option D. Only online banking portals. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Any place of business where deposits are received, checks cashed, or money lent. This defines a branch as any location where core banking activities occur. Question 12. What does working capital mean as defined in Section 5(t) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. The total assets of a bank. Option B. The excess of current assets over current liabilities. Option C. The total liabilities of a bank. Option D. The capital reserves of a bank. Think the answer. Correct answer B. The excess of current assets over current liabilities. This defines working capital as the difference between liquid assets and short-term debts. Question 13. According to Section 5 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what takes precedence in case of inconsistency? Option A. The Banking Company's Memorandum of Association. Option B. The Banking Regulation Act, 1949. Option C. Resolutions passed by the Banking Company's Board of Directors. Option D. The Companies Act, 2013. Think the answer. Correct answer B. The Banking Regulation Act, 1949. Section 5 explicitly states that the Act overrides other documents. Question 14. What documents are overridden by the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, according to Section 5A in case of inconsistency? Option A. Only the banking company's internal policies. Option B. Only resolutions passed by the banking company's general meeting. Option C. The Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association, and resolutions of the banking company. Option D. Only contracts with third parties. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association, and resolutions of the banking company. Section 5 covers these specific documents. Question 15. According to Section 6(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, which of the following is a permissible form of business for a banking company? Option A. Manufacturing of goods. Option B. Real estate development. Option C. Accepting deposits from the public. Option D. Trading in non-financial commodities. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Accepting deposits from the public. This is a core function of banking as defined in Section 6(1). Question 16. Section 6(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, primarily deals with Option A. The permissible investments for banks. Option B. The prohibited forms of business for banking companies. Option C. The regulatory powers of the RBI. Option D. The licensing requirements for banks. Think the answer. Correct answer B. The prohibited forms of business for banking companies. This subsection restricts banks from engaging in non-specified activities. Question 17. Under Section 6(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, a banking company can act as agents for what? Option A. Private companies. Option B. Foreign entities. Option C. Governments or local authorities. Option D. All of the above. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Governments or local authorities. This is specifically stated in Section 6(1). Question 18. According to Section 6 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, a banking company has the power to: Option A. Acquire any business. Option B. Acquire the business of any other banking company. Option C. Acquire only government businesses. Option D. Acquire only foreign businesses. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Acquire the business of any other banking company, subject to RBI approval. Section 6 specifically grants this power. Question 19. According to Section 7(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, which entities are restricted from using the words bank, banker, or banking company in their names? Option A. Only foreign companies. Option B. Any company, association, or individual not authorized to carry on banking business. Option C. Only government-owned companies. Option D. Only cooperative societies. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Any company, association, or individual not authorized to carry on banking business. This section targets unauthorized use of banking-related terms. Question 20. Under Section 7(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is required for a company to use the word bank in its name? Option A. Registration under the Companies Act, 2013. Option B. Authorization from the Reserve Bank of India to carry on banking business. Option C. A minimum capital of 1 crore rupees. Option D. Approval from the Ministry of Finance. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Authorization from the Reserve Bank of India to carry on banking business. This is the key requirement for using banking-related terms. Question 21. According to Section 8 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, banking companies are prohibited from: Option A. Lending money. Option B. Accepting deposits. Option C. Trading in goods. Option D. Issuing letters of credit. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Trading in goods. Section 8 explicitly prohibits trading in goods. Question 22. Under what circumstances can a banking company deal in goods according to Section 8 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. When it is profitable. Option B. When it is for speculative purposes. Option C. In connection with the realization of security held by it. Option D. When it is requested by a customer. Think the answer. Correct answer C. In connection with the realization of security held by it. This is the only exception allowed under Section 8. Question 23. According to Section 9 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is the maximum period for which a banking company can hold immovable property acquired by it, except for its own use? Option A, 3 years. Option B, 5 years. Option C, 7 years. Option D, 10 years. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 7 years. Section 9 specifies a 7-year limit. Question 24. Under Section 9 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who has the authority to extend the period for holding non-banking assets by banks? Option A, the central government. Option B, the state government. Option C, the Reserve Bank of India. Option D, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SCBI. Think the answer. Correct answer C, the Reserve Bank of India. The RBI can grant extensions under certain conditions. Question 25. What is the maximum extension, the period for holding non-banking assets, that the Reserve Bank of India can grant to banks under Section 9 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A, 2 years. Option B, 3 years. Option C, 5 years. Option D, 7 years. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 5 years. The RBI can extend the period by a maximum of 5 years. Question 26. According to Section 10(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, a banking company cannot employ a person who: Option A, is over the age of 60. Option B, has been adjudicated and insolvent. Option C, does not have a college degree. Option D, is not a citizen of India. Think the answer. Correct answer B, has been adjudicated and insolvent. This is a specific condition listed in Section 10(1). Question 27. Under Section 10(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, which of the following offences disqualifies a person from employment in a banking company? Option A, a minor traffic violation. Option B, an offence involving moral turpitude. Option C, a petty theft charge. Option D, a civil lawsuit. Think the answer. Correct answer B, an offence involving moral turpitude. This refers to offences that are considered morally reprehensible. Question 28. What is the condition regarding remuneration for employees of a banking company under Section 10(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A, they must be paid a minimum wage. Option B, their remuneration cannot take the form of commission or a share in the profits of the banking company. Option C, they must receive bonuses annually. Option D, their salary must be approved by the RBI. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Their remuneration cannot take the form of commission or a share in the profits of the banking company. This aims to prevent conflicts of interest. Question 29. According to Section 10(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, for how long can a banking company appoint a person to fill the office of a director who is unable to function? Option A, 1 month. Option B, 2 months. Option C, 3 months. Option D, 6 months. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 3 months. This is the maximum period allowed under Section 10(2). Question 30. According to Section 10(a)(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what percentage of directors should have special knowledge or practical experience? Option A, not less than 33%. Option B, not less than 49%. Option C, not less than 51%. Option D, not less than 60%. Think the answer. Correct answer C, not less than 51%. This is the minimum percentage specified in the Act. Question 31. Section 10(a)(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, mandates that a banking company's board must include directors with expertise in which fields? Option A, marketing and human resources. Option B, accountancy or agriculture and rural economy. Option C, information technology and engineering. Option D, medicine and law. Think the answer. Correct answer B, accountancy or agriculture and rural economy. This subsection specifically mentions these two fields. Question 32. Under Section 10(a)(3) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who has the power to exempt a banking company from the board composition requirements? Option A, the central government. Option B, the state government. Option C, the Reserve Bank of India. Option D, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Think the answer. Correct answer C, the Reserve Bank of India. The RBI has the authority to grant exemptions. Question 33. According to Section 10(b)(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, how is the chairman of a banking company's board of directors appointed? Option A, by a majority vote of the bank's shareholders. Option B, with the previous approval of the Reserve Bank of India. Option C, by the central government. Option D, by the state government where the bank is headquartered. Think the answer. Correct answer B, with the previous approval of the Reserve Bank of India. The RBI's approval is mandatory for the appointment of the chairman. Question 34. Under Section 10(b)(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, the chairman of a banking company can be: Option A, only a full-time director. Option B, only a part-time director. Option C, either a full-time director or a part-time director. Option D, selected from the RBI. Think the answer. Correct answer C, either a full-time director or a part-time director. The section allows for both types of appointments. Question 35. What action can the Reserve Bank of India take if a banking company does not have a chairman, according to Section 10(b)(3) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. Impose a fine on the banking company. Option B. Order the banking company to elect a chairman within a specified period. Option C. Appoint a chairman directly. Option D. Revoke the banking license. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Order the banking company to elect a chairman within a specified period. The RBI can direct the bank to appoint a chairman. Question 36. According to Section 10(b)(4) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what are the qualifications for the chairman of a banking company? Option A. Only a postgraduate degree in any field. Option B. A graduate with experience in banking, economics, business, finance, or related fields. Option C. Only experience in managing a large company. Option D. A recommendation from the central government. Think the answer. Correct answer B. A graduate with experience in banking, economics, business, finance, or related fields. This specifies the required qualifications. Question 37. What determines the term of office for the chairman of a banking company, as per Section 10(b)(5) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. The banking company's board of directors. Option B. The shareholders of the banking company. Option C. The Reserve Bank of India. Option D. The central government. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The Reserve Bank of India. The RBI determines the chairman's term. Question 38. According to Section 10(b)(b) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, under what condition can the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, appoint a chairman or director to a banking company's board? Option A. If the bank is making excessive profits. Option B. If the RBI believes it is necessary to protect the interests of depositors. Option C. If requested by the bank's shareholders. Option D. If the bank's stock price is declining. Think the answer. Correct answer B. If the RBI believes it is necessary to protect the interests of depositors. This is the core condition specified in Section 10(b)(b). Question 39. Section 10(b)(b) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, grants the RBI the power to appoint which of the following to a banking company's board? Option A. Only the managing director. Option B. Only the chief financial officer. Option C. Either a chairman or a director. Option D. Only an independent auditor. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Either a chairman or a director. The RBI can appoint either of these positions. Question 40. The period for which the RBI may appoint a chairman or director to a banking company's board is: Option A. Fixed for a period of 1 year. Option B. Fixed for a period of 2 years. Option C. For such period or periods as may be specified in the order. Option D. Indefinite. Think the answer. Correct answer C. For such period or periods as may be specified in the order. The RBI decides the tenure of the appointed individual. Question 41. According to Section 10C of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is required for the removal of the chairman, director, or CEO of a banking company? Option A. A resolution passed by the bank's shareholders. Option B. The previous approval of the Reserve Bank. Option C. The consent of the central government. Option D. A majority vote by the bank's board of directors. Think the answer. Correct answer B. The previous approval of the Reserve Bank. Section 10C explicitly requires RBI approval. Question 42. According to Section 10D(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, under what conditions can the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, supersede the board of directors of a banking company? Option A. When the bank is making high profits. Option B. When the board persistently fails to comply with RBI directions or when it is in the public interest. Option C. When the bank's stock price increases significantly. Option D. When requested by the bank's shareholders. Think the answer. Correct answer B. When the board persistently fails to comply with RBI directions or when it is in the public interest. This is the condition specified in Section 10D(1). Question 43. What is the maximum initial period for which the RBI can supersede the board of directors under Section 10D(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. 3 months. Option B. 6 months. Option C. 12 months. Option D. 24 months. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 12 months. This is the initial maximum period. Question 44. Under Section 10D(3) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who can the RBI appoint during the period of supersession of the board of directors of a banking company? Option A. A liquidator. Option B. An auditor. Option C. An administrator. Option D. A consultant. Think the answer. Correct answer C. An administrator. The RBI appoints an administrator to manage the bank. Question 45. What action must the RBI take before the expiry of the supersession period of the Board of Directors of a banking company, according to Section 10D, 5 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. Liquidate the bank. Option B. Reconstitute the Board of Directors. Option C. Merge the bank with another bank. Option D. Sell the bank's assets. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Reconstitute the Board of Directors. The RBI must ensure a new board is in place. Question 46. The RBI can extend the period of supersession of the Board of Directors of a banking company by a further period of Option A. 3 months. Option B. 6 months. Option C. Up to 12 months in aggregate. Option D. Indefinitely. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Up to 12 months in aggregate. The RBI can extend the period by up to an additional 12 months. Maximum initial period 12 months, and then it can be extended for maximum 12 months. Question 47. According to Section 11, 1 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is the minimum paid-up capital and reserves required for a banking company incorporated in India with places of business in more than one state? Option A. 1 lakh rupees. Option B. 3 lakhs rupees. Option C. 5 lakhs rupees. Option D. 10 lakhs rupees. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 5 lakhs rupees. This is the amount specified for banks operating in multiple states. Question 48. Under Section 11, 1 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is the minimum paid-up capital and reserves required for a banking company incorporated outside India? Option A. 5 lakhs rupees. Option B. 10 lakhs rupees. Option C. 15 lakhs rupees. Option D. 20 lakhs rupees. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 15 lakhs rupees. This is the minimum requirement for foreign banks, including a deposit with the RBI. Question 49. What is the minimum paid-up capital and reserves required for a banking company incorporated in India with places of business in only one district? Option A. 50,000 rupees. Option B. 1 lakh rupees. Option C. 3 lakhs rupees. Option D. 5 lakhs rupees. Think the answer. Correct answer B. 1 lakh rupees. This applies to banks operating within a single district. Question 50. According to Section 11, 2 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who has the power to exempt a banking company from the minimum capital requirements? Option A. The central government. Option B. The state government. Option C. The Reserve Bank of India. Option D. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The Reserve Bank of India. The RBI has the authority to grant exemptions. Question 51. According to Section 12A(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who has the authority to specify the minimum paid-up capital and reserves to be maintained by a banking company? Option A. The central government. Option B. The state government. Option C. The Reserve Bank of India. Option D. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The Reserve Bank of India. The RBI has the authority to set capital requirements. Question 52. What factor does the Reserve Bank of India consider when specifying the minimum paid-up capital and reserves under Section 12A(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. The number of branches. Option B. The deposit liabilities of the banking company. Option C. The market capitalization. Option D. The number of employees. Think the answer. Correct answer B. The deposit liabilities of the banking company. The RBI considers deposit liabilities when setting capital requirements. Question 53. According to Section 13 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is the maximum amount a banking company can pay as commission, brokerage, discount, or remuneration on the sale of its shares? Option A. 1% of the paid-up value. Option B. 2% of the paid-up value. Option C. 2.5% of the paid-up value. Option D. 5% of the paid-up value. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 2.5% of the paid-up value. This is the maximum limit specified in Section 13. Question 54. According to Section 14 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what type of charge is prohibited for banking companies? Option A. Charge on fixed assets. Option B. Charge on unpaid calls on shares. Option C. Charge on current assets. Option D. Charge on loan portfolios. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Charge on unpaid calls on shares. This section specifically prohibits charges on unpaid share capital. Question 55. According to Section 14 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, under what condition can a banking company not pay dividends on its shares? Option A. When it has high profits. Option B. When it has capitalized expenses that have not been completely written off. Option C. When it has a large number of shareholders. Option D. When it is expanding its operations. Think the answer. Correct answer B. When it has capitalized expenses that have not been completely written off. This is the core condition specified in Section 14A. Question 56. What types of expenses are included as capitalized expenses under Section 14 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. Only operational expenses. Option B. Preliminary expenses, organization expenses, share selling commission, brokerage, losses, and intangible expenditures. Option C. Only marketing expenses. Option D. Only administrative expenses. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Preliminary expenses, organization expenses, share selling commission, brokerage, losses, and intangible expenditures. This lists the expenses covered by the restriction. Question 57. The term written off in Section 14 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949 means. Option A. To increase the value of an asset. Option B. To reduce the value of an asset to zero in the company's books. Option C. To transfer an asset to another company. Option D. To sell an asset. Think the answer. Correct answer B. To reduce the value of an asset to zero in the company's books. This clarifies the accounting term used in the section. Question 58. According to Section 15 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is the maximum amount a banking company can pay as commission, brokerage, discount, or remuneration on the sale of its shares? Option A. 1% of the paid-up value. Option B. 2% of the paid-up value. Option C. 2.5% of the paid-up value. Option D. 5% of the paid-up value. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 2.5% of the paid-up value. This is the maximum limit specified in Section 15. Question 59. According to Section 16 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is prohibited for banking company directors? Option A. Holding shares in other companies. Option B. Granting loans to other companies. Option C. Being a director of another company, with certain exceptions. Option D. Accepting deposits from other companies. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Being a director of another company, with certain exceptions. Question 60. Under Section 16 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, which type of company can a banking company director also be a director of? Option A. Any private company. Option B. Any public company. Option C. A subsidiary of the banking company. Option D. Any foreign company. Think the answer. Correct answer C. A subsidiary of the banking company. Question 61. According to Section 17(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what percentage of net profits must a banking company transfer to its reserve fund each year before declaring dividends? Option A. 10%. Option B. 15%. Option C. 20%. Option D, 25%. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 20%. This is the minimum percentage specified in the Act. Question 62. From which amount is the transfer to the reserve fund made as per Section 17(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A, gross profits. Option B, net profits before dividend declaration. Option C, net profits after dividend declaration. Option D, total revenue. Think the answer. Correct answer B, net profits before dividend declaration. The transfer is made before any dividends are paid out. Question 63. Under what condition can the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, permit a banking company to transfer less than 20% of its net profits to the reserve fund, according to Section 17(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. If the bank has high profits. Option B. If the bank is not in a position to comply with the 20% requirement. Option C. If the bank's shareholders request it. Option D. If the bank is expanding its operations. Think the answer. Correct answer B. If the bank is not in a position to comply with the 20% requirement. The RBI can allow a lower transfer in such cases. Question 64. According to Section 18(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, which banking companies are required to maintain a cash reserve? Option A. All banking companies. Option B. Only scheduled banks. Option C. Only non-scheduled banks. Option D. Only foreign banks. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Only non-scheduled banks. This section specifically applies to non-scheduled banks. Question 65. What is the minimum percentage of demand and time liabilities that a non-scheduled banking company must maintain as a cash reserve, as per Section 18(1)? Option A, 1%. Option B, 2%. Option C, 3%. Option D, 5%. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 3%. This is the minimum percentage specified in the Act. Question 66. According to Section 19(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, what is the maximum amount of shares a banking company can hold in another company? Option A, 10% of the other company's paid-up share capital. Option B, 20% of the other company's paid-up share capital. Option C, 30% of the other company's paid-up share capital or 30% of its own paid-up share capital and reserves, whichever is less. Option D, 50% of the other company's paid-up share capital. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 30% of the other company's paid-up share capital or 30% of its own paid-up share capital and reserves, whichever is less. This is the limit specified. Question 67. Under what circumstances can a banking company hold shares beyond the limit specified in Section 19(1), according to Section 19(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. When the shares are held for trading purposes. Option B. When the shares are held as security for a debt. Option C. When the shares are held for investment purposes. Option D. When the shares are held for long-term strategic reasons. Think the answer. Correct answer B. When the shares are held as security for a debt. This is one of the exempted cases. Question 68. What is the maximum period for which a banking company can hold shares acquired as security for a debt, as per Section 19(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. 3 years. Option B. 5 years. Option C. 7 years. Option D. 10 years. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 7 years. This is the standard disposal period. Question 69. According to Section 20(1) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, banking companies are prohibited from entering into agreements to grant loans or advances to. Option A. Any customer. Option B. Any company. Option C. Any of its directors or related entities. Option D. Government employees. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Any of its directors or related entities. This section specifically targets loans to directors and connected parties. Question 70. Under what condition can a banking company grant a loan to its director according to Section 22 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. When it is unsecured. Option B. Against government securities. Option C. When approved by the Board of Directors. Option D. When approved by the shareholders. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Against government securities. This is one of the exempted cases. Question 71. Can a banking company grant loans on the security of its own shares? Option A. Yes, under any circumstances. Option B. Yes, with approval from RBI. Option C. No. Option D. Yes, if the loan is less than 50,000 rupees. Think the answer. Correct answer C. No. Section 21(a) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949 explicitly prohibits this. Question 72. According to Section 20 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, can a banking company provide a loan to a firm in which one of its directors is a partner? Option A. Yes, without any restrictions. Option B. Yes, but only with RBI approval. Option C. Yes, if the loan amount is less than 1 lakh rupees. Option D, no. Think the answer. Correct answer D, no. Such loans are prohibited under Section 21(b)(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949. Question 73. If a director of a banking company is a guarantor for an individual, can the banking company grant a loan to that individual? Option A, yes, without restrictions. Option B, yes, but only with RBI approval. Option C, yes, if the loan amount is less than 50,000 rupees. Option D, no. Think the answer. Correct answer D, no. This is prohibited under Section 21(b)(4) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949. Question 74. What type of directions can the RBI issue to banking companies under Section 21(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. Directions related to the declaration of dividends. Option B. Directions concerning the appointment of directors. Option C. Directions pertaining to the purposes, margins, amounts, and terms of advances. Option D. Directions regarding the audit of accounts. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Directions pertaining to the purposes, margins, amounts, and terms of advances. Section 21(2) details the scope of these directions. Question 75. According to Section 21 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, can a court reopen a loan transaction solely based on the interest rate charged by a banking company? Option A, yes, under any circumstances. Option B, yes, but only with RBI approval. Option C, yes, if the interest rate is significantly higher than prevailing rates. Option D, no. Think the answer. Correct answer D, no. Section 21A explicitly states that such transactions cannot be reopened by courts solely on the ground of excessive interest rates. Question 76. Section 21 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, overrides which of the following legislations? Option A. Companies Act, 2013. Option B. Usurious Loans Act, 1918. Option C. Reserve Bank of India Act, 1934. Option D. Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Usurious Loans Act, 1918. Section 21 specifically mentions that it overrides the Usurious Loans Act, 1918. Question 77. Does Section 21 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, give banks absolute power in setting interest rates? Option A, yes, banks have complete autonomy in setting interest rates. Option B, no, banks must still adhere to RBI guidelines. Option C, yes, but only for loans below 1 lakh rupees. Option D, no, courts can still intervene in cases of fraud. Think the answer. Correct answer B, no, banks must still adhere to RBI guidelines. While Section 21A protects banks from certain court interventions, they are still subject to regulatory oversight by the RBI. Question 78. Under which section of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, does the Reserve Bank of India issue licenses to banking companies? Option A, Section 20. Option B, Section 22. Option C, Section 24. Option D, Section 26. Think the answer. Correct answer B, Section 22. This section deals with the licensing of banking companies. Question 79. What is the primary condition that a company must fulfill to obtain a license for carrying on banking business in India? Option A. Having a minimum number of branches. Option B. Having a specific number of employees. Option C. Being able to pay its present or future depositors in full as their claims accrue. Option D. Having a fully paid up capital of 100 crore rupees. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Being able to pay its present or future depositors in full as their claims accrue. This is one of the key conditions specified in Section 22(3)(a) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949. Question 80. Can the RBI cancel a license granted to a banking company? Option A. No. Licenses once granted are irrevocable. Option B. Yes, but only with the approval of the central government. Option C. Yes, under certain conditions specified in Section 22(4). Option D. Yes, but only if the company is a foreign bank. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Yes, under certain conditions specified in Section 22(4) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949. The RBI has the power to cancel licenses under specific circumstances. Question 81. If a banking company's license is cancelled by the RBI, can the company appeal the decision? Option A. No, the RBI's decision is final. Option B. Yes, the company can appeal to the High Court. Option C. Yes, the company can appeal to the central government. Option D. Yes, but only if the cancellation was due to non-compliance with imposed conditions. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Yes, the company can appeal to the central government. Section 22(5) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, allows for an appeal to the central government. Question 82. What should the Reserve Bank of India ensure before granting a license to a banking company incorporated outside India? Option A. That the company has a large number of branches in India. Option B. That the companies carrying on banking business in India will be in the public interest and that the government or law of the country in which it is incorporated does not discriminate in any way against banking companies registered in India. Option C. That the company has a tie-up with an Indian bank. Option D. That the company agrees to offer higher interest rates than other banks. Think the answer. Correct answer B, that the companies carrying on banking business in India will be in the public interest and that the government or law of the country in which it is incorporated does not discriminate in any way against banking companies registered in India. These are specific requirements under Section 22, 3A of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949. Question 83. Under what circumstances is a banking company not required to obtain prior permission from the RBI under Section 23 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. For opening any new place of business. Option B. For changing the location of an existing place of business outside India. Option C. For opening a temporary place of business within a city for a period not exceeding 1 month. Option D. For changing the location of an existing place of business within the same city. Think the answer. Correct answer C. For opening a temporary place of business within a city for a period not exceeding 1 month. This is a specific exemption provided in Section 23(1). Question 84. Through which entity must a regional rural bank forward its application for permission under Section 23 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, to the RBI? Option A. The central government. Option B. The state government. Option C. The National Bank, now known as NABARD. Option D. The local municipality. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The National Bank, now known as NABARD. Section 23, 4A of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949 specifies that the application must be forwarded through the National Bank. Question 85. What is the primary purpose of Section 24 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. To specify the minimum capital requirements for banking companies. Option B. To ensure that banking companies maintain a sufficient percentage of liquid assets. Option C. To regulate the interest rates charged by banking companies. Option D. To provide guidelines for the appointment of directors in banking companies. Think the answer. Correct answer B. To ensure that banking companies maintain a sufficient percentage of liquid assets. Section 24 focuses on the maintenance of assets to meet liabilities. Question 86. What kind of banks are required to maintain assets under Section 24 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. Only scheduled banks. Option B. Only non-scheduled banks. Option C. Both scheduled and non-scheduled banks. Option D. Only foreign banks. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Both scheduled and non-scheduled banks. Section 24, 2A applies to both scheduled banks and other banking companies. Question 87. If a banking company fails to maintain the required amount of assets, what is the initial penal interest rate? Option A. 2% above the bank rate. Option B. 3% above the bank rate. Option C. 4% above the bank rate. Option D. 5% above the bank rate. Think the answer. Correct answer B. 3% above the bank rate. Section 24, 4A of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949 specifies the initial penal interest rate. Question 88. Within how many days must a banking company pay the penalty imposed under Section 24 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. 7 days. Option B. 14 days. Option C. 21 days. Option D. 30 days. Think the answer. Correct answer B. 14 days. Section 24, 6A states that the penalty must be paid within 14 days. Question 89. What percentage of its demand and time liabilities in India must a banking company's assets in India be at the close of business on the last Friday of every quarter? Option A. 50%. Option B. 60%. Option C. 75%. Option D. 80%. Think the answer. Correct answer C. 75%. As per Section 25, 1 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, the assets in India shall not be less than 75% of its demand and time liabilities in India. Question 90. If the last Friday of a quarter is a public holiday, as per the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, when should the assets and liabilities be considered for compliance with Section 25 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A. The next working day. Option B. The first working day of the next quarter. Option C. The close of business on the preceding working day. Option D. The RBI decides. Think the answer. Correct answer C. The close of business on the preceding working day. Section 25, 1 specifies that if the Friday is a public holiday, it should be the preceding working day. Question 91. Within what time frame must a banking company submit its return of assets and liabilities to the Reserve Bank of India? Option A. Within 7 days from the end of every quarter. Option B. Within 15 days from the end of every quarter. Option C. Within 1 month from the end of every quarter. Option D. Within 45 days from the end of every quarter. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Within 1 month from the end of every quarter. Section 25, 2 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, states that the return must be submitted within 1 month from the end of every quarter. Question 92. According to Section 25 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, which of the following is not included in liabilities in India? Option A. Demand deposits. Option B. Time liabilities. Option C. Paid-up capital. Option D. Export bills drawn in India. Think the answer. Correct answer C. Paid-up capital. Section 25 states that liabilities in India shall not include the paid-up capital or the reserves or any credit balance in the profit and loss account of the banking company. Question 93. Within how many days after the close of each calendar year must a banking company submit a return of unclaimed deposits to the RBI? Option A, 15 days. Option B, 20 days. Option C, 30 days. Option D, 45 days. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 30 days. Section 26 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, specifies that the return must be submitted within 30 days after the close of each calendar year. Question 94. What is the time period for an account to be considered unclaimed under Section 26 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A, 5 years. Option B, 7 years. Option C, 10 years. Option D, 12 years. Think the answer. Correct answer C, 10 years. An account is considered unclaimed if it has not been operated upon for 10 years. Question 95. From which date is the period of 10 years reckoned for fixed deposits under Section 26 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A, date of deposit. Option B, date of commencement of the account. Option C, date of expiry of the fixed period. Option D, date of last transaction. Think the answer. Correct answer C, date of expiry of the fixed period. For fixed deposits, the 10-year period is counted from the expiry date of the deposit. Question 96. What is the name of the fund established under Section 26 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949? Option A, Depositor Welfare Fund. Option B, Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. Option C, Unclaimed Deposits Fund. Option D, Banking Development Fund. Think the answer. Correct answer B, Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. This is the name of the fund as specified in Section 26A(1). Question 97. Under Section 26A(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, within what period must the unclaimed amount be transferred to the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund? Option A. Within 1 month from the expiry of the unclaimed period. Option B. Within 3 months from the expiry of the unclaimed period. Option C. Within 6 months from the expiry of the unclaimed period. Option D. Within 1 year from the expiry of the unclaimed period. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Within 3 months from the expiry of the unclaimed period. Section 26A(2) states this clearly. Question 98. What is the primary purpose of the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund? Option A. To provide loans to small businesses. Option B. To promote depositors' interests. Option C. To fund government projects. Option D. To provide financial assistance to banks. Think the answer. Correct answer B. To promote depositors' interests. Section 26A, 4 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949 indicates that the fund is to be utilized for this purpose. Question 99. According to Section 26A, 5 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, who is responsible for administering the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund? Option A. The central government. Option B. A committee appointed by the Ministry of Finance. Option C. An authority or committee specified by the Reserve Bank of India. Option D. The Supreme Court of India. Think the answer. Correct answer C. An authority or committee specified by the Reserve Bank of India. The RBI is responsible for specifying the administrative body. Question 100. Can depositors claim their deposits after they have been transferred to the Depositor Education and Awareness Fund? Option A. No, the deposits are forfeited once transferred. Option B. Yes, depositors can claim their deposits even after the transfer. Option C. Yes, but only within 1 year of the transfer. Option D. Yes, but only if approved by the RBI. Think the answer. Correct answer B. Yes, depositors can claim their deposits even after the transfer. The proviso in Section 26A, 2 of the Banking Regulation Act, 1949, clarifies this. Quiz completed. Thank you for participating. For more resources, visit Bank Promotion Exam Guide.